Welcome, Hornet Nations. Give yourself a round of applause. It's a great video. I don't know if you captured the wording in there. It's School of Being Yourself, School of Chasing Your Dreams, and a School of Changing Your Future. Thank you to the ESU Music Department String Trio, directed by Romero Miranda, Assistant Professor of Music, consisting of Kendra Briggs, an ESU alum, and Irene Diaz, a current student here at Emporia State University. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, ESU. What a beautiful crowd. Can you believe this? 324 plus Hornets. Now, I was sweating this morning when I looked at that list, and I was like going, oh my gosh. But you know what? Now we have so much warmth in the room, so much love that we could spread and then communicate it throughout Hornet Nation how great it was here on campus on Founders Day. We have so many interactive elements in today's program. As you know, you've probably seen some great, wonderful cards. This is asking you for some birthday wishes for ESU in the future. Please fill these out, and we have a beautiful board over here, birthday wishes for ESU from the heart. We appreciate that. That would be something that will be very well received. And then, as you walked in, we had some international panels talking about the international student program from the past and the present, and thank you to ESU's archives for doing such a wonderful program there for you to enjoy. And we also have Chris over here. He's got his campus campaign to those faculty and staff. We're celebrating that this week. He's done a great job. He's got a big birthday card for you to sign, so join him. And you know what? Spread the love today and connect with Hornet Nation and learn about what faculty, staff, students, and just alumni and donors do for Emporia State University. So, for those who don't know who I am, right? Jose Feliciano Jr. I'm the Director of Alumni Relations. I want to welcome President Garrett. Thank you for your guidance and your time today. And Chip is also with us. That was a nice surprise. Didn't expect that today, but he surprised us as well. And special welcome to Mayor of the City of Emporia, Danny Gieffert. Thank you for being here. Lyon County Commissioner Raleigh and his wife Rosemary Martin, thank you for your partnership and commitment. And thank you for the faculty and staff that's here today that spread the love throughout Hornet Nation, and also for your support in our current campus campaign. Students, thank you for giving a purpose in our day-to-day routines. And Paul Frost, thank you for your leadership today on celebrating Founders Day. Alumni, thank you for celebrating the current, the past, and our future. Community members, for your loyalty and your dedication to Emporia State. As you notice on your programs or on the invites, here and there, Hornet Nation is everywhere. From 1863 till now, we have celebrated the advancement of humanity. We've been inspiring, learning, sharing our passion, influencing the now, and giving back to the future. Happy birthday for 157 years to Emporia State University. Today, we celebrate how ESU has been a home to many Hornets throughout the world. And like I said, we have many panels out there that talks about our current history on international students. And after speaking to Mark Daly the other day, he continues to conquer a good fight. He works with thousands and thousands of international alums for many decades, and our efforts in reconnecting with everybody is exciting. We're connecting alumni from South Africa and East Asia. So let's give everybody a round of applause for those efforts, because we need to keep those in our forefront. Now I got a little surprise for you. We have some international alums that have a little message for you, so here we go.
Hi, happy birthday, Emporia State. This is Luna Zimeng. I am from northeast part of China.
Happy birthday, Emporia State University, or let's say Admitted Side Emporia State. This is Khalifa. I'm from Tunisia.
Emporia State gave me a huge network for me to learn things from around all over the world, and I got to meet people in this network that Emporia State built for me. And I feel like I've grown a lot in these 3 years as a student and as a graduate teaching assistant.
What makes me proud of being a Hornet is all the lovely people that I've known throughout my exchange here. Speaking of these amazing people, I would like to thank all my professors, colleagues at the OIE, fellow students, as well as my dorm mates for all the support they gave me and all the love that I received. I didn't feel homesick at all because ESU was really like home for me, and it will always be.
Now, to continue the celebration of our birthday, to prepare the ceremonial cake cutting, please, if I could have the following come to the table: President Allison Garrett, Raymond Grieshaber, who recently became the newest member of the Lyon B. Kellogg Society, Paul Frost, President, Associated Student Government, Gabby Aprian, President of ESU Ambassadors, and then Robert Ward will lead us in our ESU birthday song.
So the key to any great choral piece is starting with me, 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 go. Me. There's much more in this room. Ready, go. Me. The next key is knowing what to say when you get to happy birthday, dear. We're going to say ESU, so we get rid of that confusion. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear ESU. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much. No cake fight. All right, and for those that are seated, your cupcakes are in front of you so that we can, since we're 324, we want to limit the traffic control here. All right, thank you. Thank you, Tall Grass Chamber Choir. That was completely amazing. Music kind of soothes the soul and kind of brings things in perspective, and then when we sing together, that shows you that harmony that we as Hornet Nation can really pull together and make a difference for ESU. Next, please welcome Paul Frost. He just left. Now I'm bringing him back. I did that on purpose, Paul. Let's welcome to the stage to present the Leadership Proclamation.
Welcome to all alumni, students, faculty, staff, and friends. Today we celebrate the 157th year of operation since our founding in 1863. To honor Emporia State University's legacy, the City of Emporia has proclaimed today, February 21st, as Emporia State University Day. On behalf of Emporia State and the student body, thank you. In addition to the city's proclamation, Associated Student Government passed a resolution in recognition of our founding to help show student spirit and thankfulness for our great institution. Emporia State has continuously worked to obtain and exceed our mission of preparing students for a lifelong learning, rewarding careers, and adaptive leadership. With our mission, Emporia State fosters a community that encourages growth of individuals both academically and personally through impactful programs, experimental learning, community engagement, and service to not only our campus, but the community Emporia as well. As always, let's hold our stingers up high, continue to embrace our Hornet Nation experience, and celebrate our 157th year of being a family of Hornets, inspiring change for the common good. Thank you, and happy birthday, ESU.
Good afternoon. I was moved nearly to tears by that choral piece, so please forgive me. That was amazing. My name is Jennifer Denton, and I have the great honor of serving as your Associate Vice President for Advancement. And my purpose today is to recognize some really wonderful people whose love for Emporia State moved them to action. And the action that they took was to join our Lyman B. Kellogg Society. This is our society of folks who have made an estate gift. They've placed us in their will, trust, or beneficiary designation to make that legacy gift that will pay forward forever for our future students and faculty here at Emporia State. What a beautiful thing to do for your alma mater. So today I would like to just have, first of all members of our Kellogg Society, please stand and be recognized. If you're a current member, will you please stand and be recognized? This is a wonderful group, and for about 5 years we've been having a reception before this event, and we have just really enjoyed that great fellowship and getting to know one another better. And we are really excited to welcome some new members this year. In your programs and on the slide are the names of all new members in the past year of our Lyman B. Kellogg Society. Let's give them a round of applause, please. And finally, this, I think, there's no probably more appropriate occasion than this when we gather our Kellogg Society together to remember those that we have lost in the past year. They are also listed in your programs and on the slide. If you would please join me in a round of applause for these wonderful people who we remember so fondly. Continuing on our Kellogg Society theme, at this time I would like to invite to the stage for a special program our Provost, Dr. David Cordell, and Alan and Margene Swartz.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for being here to help the university celebrate a very, very special day. You know, Emporia State is a special place for all of us who are here in this room today. But for Margene and Alan Swartz, it has been an especially special place because it was the issue that brought together a young woman from Bonner Springs High School and a young man from Turner High School, who later this year will celebrate 45 years of marriage. But not only did the Swartzes find each other here, they also found a life-changing education, and they found faculty members who inspired them. For Margene, it was Dr. Jim Hoy, professor of English. Margene says that what she learned from Professor Hoy has made a difference throughout her entire life. And as an added bonus, she tells us that he wore cowboy boots before it was cool to wear cowboy boots. I'm sure many of you remember an ESU faculty member with that same gratitude and that same high regard. For some of you, it might even have been Dr. Hoy. Both Alan and Margene have a passion for lifelong learning. Alan, through his work in higher education, has firsthand knowledge of just what it takes for a university to be on the leading edge. Margene, through her work in the public sector, understands that education does not end with the awarding of a degree. People have a need to keep on learning throughout their lives. And they both know and understand how important it is for educators to continue their own growth in terms of being scholars and teachers. And so, Alan and Margene have decided to commit their entire estate, which is likely to be more than $1 million, to the Alan C. and Margene K. Swartz Faculty Development Fund at Emporia State University. Now, I have to tell you a little bit more about this. You could probably tell from the name of the fund that its purpose is to provide professional development opportunities for our ESU faculty members. This might be training to stay current in their fields, or it might be travel resources to go and present their work at professional meetings. It could be equipment or technology to help these faculty members support their research and their teaching. It could be any number of things that help faculty members pursue excellence. And as great as that is, the faculty members aren't the only beneficiaries, because what they learn and discover and create, they bring back to the classroom and give back to our students. Faculty members, you may never fully know what a difference you've made in a student's life, but while you're preparing students for lifelong learning and rewarding careers and adaptive leadership, you just might be inspiring a future legacy gift like this one. So please join me today in thanking Margene and Alan for this transformational gift and in welcoming Margene to the lectern to say a few words.
Thank you for inviting us. Yes, Alan, I'm sorry, I am so overwhelmed by this. I worked really hard to not do this. Yes, we met at ESU, and we graduated and got married that same year in 1975. Alan's degree was in business, mine was in education. We moved to Western Kansas, and Al stayed in higher education, but I took a digression and went to work for the city of Liberal there, and started out as a building inspector trainee. The current building inspector thought it would be great to have a woman in that role. When he asked me if I'd ever thought about becoming one, I said, never given that any thought, thinking to myself, had no idea what it was. When we relocated to Lawrence, where we still live, I went to work for the city there. I was by then a certified building inspector. Alan started out at KU and then later moved to Johnson County Community College where he retired, and I stayed with the city till I retired. And part of what I did there was also administer some federal block grants for the city for community development and affordable housing. But Alan and I have always had a soft spot for Emporia. We felt our education here was truly instrumental on our career advancements. And it was when it became time for our estate planning, ESU was a logical choice for us. And we really didn't have much to discuss about it because we had enjoyed it so much here. It holds a lot of good memories. Our work backgrounds did lead us to believe in educating the educators, or in my case, training the trainers, so that would keep moving forward. So the gift that they helped us decide on, faculty development as the focus, has been a wonderful idea, and I'm really glad that we chose that. And I thank you very much for honoring us here today.
President Gary, can you come to the stage? All right. Thank you, everyone. We are grateful for Alan and Marjane and for all of our Kellogg Society members who give from the heart. So thank you. Thank you so much. The gentleman that's coming up next is becoming a tradition to this program. 1863 Scholarship Essay. Such a beautiful, beautiful program to share what students have in their hearts and where they're at. So Mel Storm, can you join me on the stage here? Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. You know you're getting old when people call you a tradition. But it is great to see you all here today as we gather to show our pride in Emporia State, in its students, and in its history. I'm proud to be a part of today's events and proud to be a part of honoring two young Hornets for the quality of their writing. As we do this, we also honor our university for its impact on our students like the Swartzes here. Most of you are familiar by now with the 1863 Founders Day Essay Competition. In this competition, students write about something at ESU that has changed their life. It's now in its 8th year. What began as an annual Christmas gift from the President's Community Advisory Council to ESU's president has been turned into a gift to ESU's students. And we owe the Advisory Council and President Garrett much thanks for this. Each essay is judged by a group of Roe R distinguished professors. And I would like the judges who are present today to stand and be recognized as I call their names. Please remain standing if you will, and I'll ask the audience to hold its applause until all have been named. This year, our judges were Dwayne Backus, Charlie Brown, David Eds, Harvey Foyle, Jim Hoy, Phil Kelly, Don Miller, Jim Persinger, Kevin Rabus, Greg Schneider, Richard Schrock, Marsh Sundberg, Ken Weaver, Amy Sage Webb, and Betsy Yannick, a hard-working group. And I'm grateful also to Lori Pittman for her help and to Gwen Larson, who this year, like every year, took charge of publicizing the contest and collecting the entries, then stripping the names to make them anonymous and passing them along to me. Thank you so much, Lori and Gwen. And it is my pleasant duty now to introduce you to our two winners. Second place goes to Gabby Amperan, whom you saw a few minutes ago helping cut the celebratory cake. Gabby is a 2016 graduate of Liberal High School, a first-generation Mexican-American, and a first-generation college student. She currently works 2 on-campus jobs. One as a student assistant to the undergraduate admissions office, the other as a group fitness Zumba instructor at the Student Recreation Center. She's president of ESU Ambassadors, and she's co-captain of the Stingers dance team. You'll learn of her career goals in the following excerpted version of her essay, which is entitled Unhurried. I came to Emporia State knowing it's the best university across the globe for educators. Initially, my goal was to finish my degree in secondary English education as soon as possible to return to my hometown of Liberal and serve my community. As I came to ESU with plenty of college credit under my belt, I was on track to graduate in 3 years. And Gabby has been my student in several classes, and I know she could easily have done that. What greater accomplishment than finishing college early? To benefit from flat rate tuition, I decided I'd take some classes in the health, physical education, and recreation department. These extra health classes easily turned into a minor in health and human performance. Yet, with a minor tagged onto my BSc in English, I was still set to graduate early. Just over a year before my expected graduation date, however, I had a moment of epiphany. When reading my assigned text for the week in my world literature class, I became particularly intrigued by 2 passages in the module on Chinese literature. The first excerpt that spoke to me comes from Confucius's Analects. In Analects, Confucius states, "The best are those born with knowledge, next come those who get to know through learning." This resonated with me. When it comes to learning, I've always been eager to expand my knowledge and skills, another driving factor toward my intent to finish college early. But this brings me to the second quotation that struck me, from the writings of Zhuangzi. "Great understanding is broad and unhurried. Little understanding is cramped and busy." I had to pause for a moment, realizing that perhaps my plan to finish school soon, though for a good motive, may in fact not have been the best decision for me. Cramped and busy would describe my schooling at the time. Yes, I was understanding material and earning excellent grades, but did this mean I was achieving mastery to become the best version of myself, the best educator I could be? Was I going to experience enough before graduating to feel truly prepared for my career? Unhurried spun around in my head the rest of that week. Why was I in such a hurry? These wise passages came to me at the right time. As I prepared to enroll for the fall of my final year, I reflected on my progress as a student at ESU and as a future professional. Who did I want to be at this time at this university? I concluded an educator, a coach, a leader, a role model, and most importantly, a difference maker. I realized that in order to become this person, I had to maximize my time at Emporia State. I was receiving education from the most devoted professors in both my departments, English and health, learning more than just what was taught inside 4 walls of a classroom. There was still more than plenty of room for me to grow and thrive at this school, and that is why I made the crucial decision to slow down and enjoy the process of what I was experiencing here. I officially added a second major in health and human performance, which meant I would no longer graduate in the time frame I once planned on. Now, in my 4th and penultimate semester, I'm confident I will walk the stage at graduation in December, ready to change lives through teaching, coaching, and simply practicing the leadership I have learned during my time as a Hornet, unhurried. A check for $863 goes to Gabby Amperan. President Garrett, if I could have your help. Our first place award goes to Jack Jewett, a graduate of Mays South High School who is now a freshman studying political science and English. Jack works as a community hornet in the Center for Student Involvement. This year he's worked in Corky's Cupboard, worked on Can the Bods, managed Project Warmth, and worked on a variety of surface projects with GIVE, the acronym for Getting Involved in Volunteering in Emporia. It's probably evident by now that service is a recurrent theme in the lives of our 2 awardees today. You'll learn more about this latter organization, GIVE, in Jack's essay. His title is Salonghae, which I should point out is Korean for I love you. And here are some excerpts. Salonghae, I yelled to Young as I waved goodbye. She needed a ride to the airport, and my floor mates happily volunteered to drive a 3-hour round trip at 8 in the morning during finals week for her. That afternoon, she would fly to New York to meet her family. Then she would travel the country for the next few weeks before returning to South Korea. There were at least a dozen international students that brought tears to my eyes as I saw them leave. There was Aoi, who taught me the basics of Japanese and the beauty of her culture. Eduardo, whose insight and outlook on life was truly awe-inspiring. And Hidayat, who will travel the world against all odds and expand his vast language portfolio. And these were just a few of the most impactful students I met. International students provide a diverse perspective on life, a unique set of cultural values and experiences, and they speak incredible languages. The catalyst for meeting all of my life-changing friends was an organization called GIVE, Getting Involved in Volunteering in Emporia. In my first semester as a community hornet, I was assigned to help lead it with no prior knowledge of the true power of the organization. It was mostly comprised of international students working on their volunteer hours for their programs. However, volunteering together becomes more than scribbling down a few hours in a community service log. It becomes the highlight of their week and some of their fondest memories. The students I met in GIVE changed my vocation and the course of my life. Seeing so many international students thrive in not only their native languages, but also English and many other languages simultaneously, inspired me to refocus on what I wanted my career to be. I added political science to my English major and a Spanish minor. Through understanding and building relationships with international students, my life drastically changed, and I no longer felt restrained by my false presumptions of language being too challenging or too time-consuming. Big dreams require hard work, and these students were right in front of me, pursuing their dreams and becoming educated in a foreign country. Their diligence in making their dreams tangible rekindled my desire to learn language. At the final meeting of GIVE for the semester, nearly 20 of us stood in a circle sharing our favorite GIVE memories. We tossed a ball of yarn around to call on the next person to share. It wasn't much later that everyone in the circle had tears streaming down their faces as they shared their own remarkable memories. Even students like me who had only been part of GIVE for a semester couldn't help but tear up. After everyone had shared, we wove a beautiful and intricate net from one to another from the yarn we had held and tossed to one another. It was a reminder that no matter how far apart we are or where we are in the world, we will always be connected. My experience in GIVE changed my life and my vocation. Building relationships with our givers has given me lifelong friendships and connections from all across the globe. As only a freshman in college, my worldview drastically expanded, and I have community hornets, Emporia State, GIVE, and all the amazing international students to thank for that. So, to every international student that changed my life last semester, Salonghae, I love you. And an award of $1,000 goes to Jack Jewett.
This has been a wonderful event today. Thank you so much to everyone who participated in organizing, in cooking, in decorating, and thank you to all of you for being here today. You may have noticed that there was an international theme to today's Founders Day. Augustine said once that the world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page. And for so many of us, we've had the opportunity to become familiar with other cultures through the students who are here at Emporia State. And our students here at Emporia State have also traveled. It's been a blessing in many, many ways. Emporia State has students from dozens of countries who have come here to the middle of Kansas to study. But we also send abroad dozens and dozens of students every year. In fact, we are one of the institutions that has the highest percentage of our students studying abroad, and we are so proud of that, and so proud of our students and our faculty and staff who engage in helping to change the world. Well, I think ESU looks great for her age. I don't know too many 157-year-olds. But I wanted to share with you today just a few quick tidbits of information, things that get me as an educator really excited about the direction of Hornet Nation. So here are just a few of the highlights from the last year or so. We've had not one, but 2 straight years of breaking our all-time high retention record here at Emporia State. So give yourselves a hand. That is a record that we've kept for decades, and we broke it last year, and then we broke it again this past fall. We've also had the highest level of fundraising in ESU history this past year, and I know many of you have been a part of that, so thank you to all of you for your generosity to Emporia State. We have the highest number of graduate students in ESU's 157-year history. And last year, we graduated more students than in any year since 1974. So I guess that's what we're looking toward to try to beat here in the next few years, because a record is there to be broken, right? We continue to have the lowest average debt for our students in the Regent system, and we've had that for several years in a row. We have so many great things happening here at Emporia State. You just need to look around campus and you can see smiling faces, students from all around the world, students who are headed abroad, building projects that are happening. So many great things that are happening because of the work that you all do and the generosity that you all provide every single day. So I want to conclude today by just saying thank you to each and every one of you for what you do for this great institution. I think Emporia State looks great for 157 years old. So please join me in congratulating Emporia State.
Thank you, President Garrett. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm rejuvenated a little bit. I'm full of love. Do you feel the love? Do you feel the love? From my heart, thank you. Thank you all for being here. I don't know if you the choir sang a song called North. You can Google it. It's a beautiful song. I'm just going to read just 4 sentences of the lyrics of that song, and you'll see why it's very important. We will call this place our home, the dirt in which our roots may grow. Through the storm we'll push and pull. We will call this place our home. So thank you, family, for coming today. You make us all proud. But I have one more thank you is to the staff. Fiona Lee, her first Founders Day programmer. Congratulations on a good event. Thank you to Tiffany Wilson, Lori Pittman, and Sarah Eimer and the stewardship group. Beautiful presentation, and thank you for that. And also for the Founders Day Committee. I have a special guest to liven up the group here. Where is he at? There he is. Let's give him applause to Corky. Okay, the only reason why Corky's here today because he's going to charge the birthday wishes for the university. So you just got to tell those guys in the back to kick it into drive.
Happy birthday, ESU! Happy birthday, ESU! Sing yourself! Happy birthday, Happy birthday, ESU.
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 Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Happy birthday, ESU. And spread the love. Let's talk to each other and have a great day. How about that?